Across the back of the house, we have a pretty decent lighting system, so it's real well illuminated. And of course, those lights were on, so I could see this thing. The first thing that struck me as odd about it is it wasn't running; it was walking. So I gathered Millie up, took her in the house. By now my wife's awake, so we comforted her, and then tried to go back to sleep. And as I started to replay the tapes of this in my head, I thought to myself, part of what was so weird about this animal is the way that it was walking. It walked, like I said, it wasn't running. But the way cats kind of bounce?
Sure.
This thing had that cat bounce to it. And I thought to myself, that was some kind of a cat, So when I got her to the vet the next morning, as soon as he saw the incisions, he said, "This is tearing incisions from a cat." And then, when the animal control officer was here, she was the one that was really the most graphic in terms of you could totally picture it, because she goes, "Okay, look, she's got 5 incisions, and every one of those incisions is a claw." You can just picture, how she did the motion. And of course, the other thing that I've been told by numerous people is, if I hadn't been at that door, Millie would be gone, because of the fact that, this was the beginning of the process of catching her, drawing her in, and then the next thing would be to start to eat her. And so the fact that, I was like instantly out there is what interrupted the process. And then, it was it was the information from the Department of Natural Resources in terms of how big this thing was. It was a little bit smaller than a German Shepherd. And they said, there's 2 possibilities. It could have been a bobcat, or it could have been a mountain lion. But, mountain lions are much, much bigger than this thing.